Think about it, man. You got to be smarter than that, man. You know better. Like I said, I want you guys to be creative and do what you want to do, but you got to be smarter than this. What do you think people are going to do? Right? And you're lucky you didn't get any guns drawn at you. You're absolutely lucky you didn't get any guns drawn at you.
Hey yo, what's good YouTube? Welcome back to Grim. Today I'm going to be discussing just the dumbest thing that I have heard in the universe of YouTube this year, and that is these twins that make these prank videos that ended up catching a felony for a fake bank robbery prank. I'm sure you guys have heard about this. I'm going to react to part of this video and just kind of go over the stuff with the case because it's mind-blowing that people are still making content like this in 2020. I guess this was filmed in like 2019, I believe, but still, there are like a million ways that you can prank people on the internet that aren't involving like a fake crime, and I don't get why people have to make content like this because it just inspires their young fans to go out and be like punks as well and be doing stuff that is very dangerous when you think about it. Who knows how these cops could have responded to this if they thought this was a real bank robbery, which they did. You'll see there was actually like 15 cops that went out to go find these guys once they got calls in of these masked men running out from banks with big bags dressed in all black. So either way, let's get started on this video and just see how it is. I'm sure it's going to be utter trash.
So we have a lot of money right here. We're gonna be running around in front of people and making it seem like we just got done robbing a bank. Let's try to get this video at 100,000 likes because we're literally risking our lives doing this video.
Yikes, that didn't end well. But yeah, you did really risk your life, and the risk was not worth the reward. I'm sure you guys got well over that 100,000 like goal, but is that really worth it now that you have an actual felony on your record? Not that these guys will ever need to get a normal job, most likely. I mean, they just look like Disney stars and they already have a giant YouTube, so I'm sure they can keep making the same moronic content for years on end without any need for a real job. But really, this is something that is going to affect their life in some form or another down the road. They never know when it might happen, but it's just really something you don't want on your record, and I don't get why they thought this was a good idea at all.
Just like a bank where I can make like a large withdrawal, if you know what I mean. 200? No, I'm trying to make like a larger like amount. You know how tight your security is, or you don't? That's probably tight.
And this first guy they talked to, I feel bad for because he so clearly knows what's going on, and you don't expect this to be a YouTube prank. I guess if you live like near LA, you could expect that to be a thing since there's about a million of these different idiots running around trying to harass people with dumb premises like this. But this guy really probably does think that he is talking to someone that is about to rob a bank, and he is doing everything he can to separate from them.
Uber for Alan? Our getaway driver just bailed on us.
And then they even scare the crap out of their Uber driver, which I'm sure they got a bad rating for. They hop in with their masks still on in a frenzy, running down the street to this car. I would not want to pick these guys up if there was ever a chance of this being real, because congrats, now you're an accomplice or you could be taken hostage. But either way, there's just so many layers to this of them harassing the public, and that's what I hate about new age pranks. I feel like there's a couple channels out there that can do them well, where they aren't really, you know, annoying people. In my opinion, the golden example of like the best way to do pranks and mess with people is the Impractical Jokers. And I know some people think of that as kind of a boomer comedy show, but it is literally my favorite thing on television. And that, in my opinion, is how you can prank people in a funny way. They more so make themselves the butt of the joke, and they're not trying to instill fear in people. Whereas this prank is funny to people watching if they're like young, I guess. But either way, when they're actually doing it and filming it, they are putting these people in stressful situations, and they don't deserve to be put through that. Like, this guy was just waiting for the bus, the first guy, and this second dude is just trying to drive for Uber, and they've now like really ruined their day. This dude who was at the bus stop is probably thinking, wow, was I actually an accomplice like in helping this guy get inspired to do this bank robbery?
Not funny. Okay, can I just take this right? Just get off my compass.
Actually?
Yeah.
No, we're gonna get caught.
Okay,
No, we can't do.
And thankfully, this Uber driver is not taking it. Look, he's had enough of the BS today. He's like, just get out of my freaking car, all right? You guys are morons. I mean, I'm sure once you see the camera, you realize it's fake. And when you see that these bank robbers look and sound like they're on the Disney Channel, like I said, that just is not what you expect a bank robber to be looking like. So I'm sure the average person can tell that it's fake. But either way, again, you have to think of the response from the police. They could think this is a serious thing, and that turns it into a very scary situation. In fact, a cop actually tracks them down as they hop out of their second Uber after filming, and let's see how that goes.
Hey.
Hey, what's going on? You guys just get out of an Uber a minute ago?
Uh,
You're videotaping stuff?
yeah, we
Weren't we Come over here. Close the door. A public prank that gets
So we
about
do, like-
15 police officers in the area hauling butt over here. Because you guys are pulling up masks.
What's your name?
And then they just cut back to the prank. Like, that was just a funny part to the video to them, was this cop complaining about them taking all of their resources. But seriously, 15 cops were en route to these guys, thinking that there was a real bank robbery, and it just takes one of those dudes to act improperly in this stressful situation, and one of those guys could have gotten popped. Like, seriously, I don't think they understood the magnitude of what could have gone wrong in this prank. And that's why I think Orange County really wanted to make an example out of these guys and charge them with a felony. They were hit with 1 count of false imprisonment affected by violence, menace, fraud, or deceit, and 1 misdemeanor count of falsely reporting an emergency. And according to the DA's office, either of these guys could be spending up to 4 years in prison if they are actually convicted. I'm sure the court date is further ahead. But I found this statement from the district attorney of Orange County, and I really enjoyed this because he puts it perfectly. He says, "These were not pranks. These are crimes that could have resulted in someone getting seriously injured or even killed. Law enforcement officers are sworn to protect the public, and when someone calls 911 to report an active bank robbery, they are going to respond to protect lives. Instead, what they found was some kind of twisted attempt to gain more popularity on the internet by unnecessarily putting members of the public and police officers in danger," which, like I said, was very perfectly put. That's my same sentiment with this. Like, why are you guys resorting to this type of prank where either you or someone else could get seriously injured from it? And it's really not funny for anyone involved. And even the video afterwards wasn't that funny to me. Like, oh, they're running around with duffel bags with masks. I guess that's so hilarious. It just really doesn't seem worth it to me. And the rest of the video is basically like 10 minutes of them just harassing more people. And there's 2 realities you get from this. Either 1, someone thinks it's real and you just scare the crap out of them and ruin their day, and they probably are trying to get out of there thinking they're in massive danger being around this crazy crime going down. Or you have the second reality where they either see the cameras or just understand that you guys are just some YouTube prankster morons, and they think you're idiots for running around trying to attempt this. Like, in both scenarios, you don't look cool. I guess you guys got views for this, but again, I'm gonna really hammer home the point. It was not worth it, dude. I would rather have 0 views and no felonies than 100,000 likes and, you know, millions of views and a felony. But maybe that's just me. Yo, real quick before we move on, guys, do me a big favor. My analytics show that only 39% of you watching are actually subscribed. I don't know what's up with that, but if you guys are already watching the videos every day, you might as well join the Grim Squad officially, so hit that subscribe button.
So I'm actually trying to rob a bank and I'm looking for an attractive female to like distract the security guards. Would you be down to do that? You don't? Shoot.
Like this lady, I think she's one of the people that are in Camp 1, what I just talked about, that actually thinks this is real, because you can tell she's stressing out having this conversation. I mean, regardless, I don't want a guy in a balaclava to be walking up to me like, "Hey, I need you to help me with a robbery." Or regardless of what he's talking about, don't approach me wearing a mask like that. I guess it's a little bit more normal to be wearing, you know, a traditional mask nowadays, but a ski mask, nah, dude, that is danger. Get away from me.
Okay, so we're gonna stop the video right there. Honestly, we've been filming for 3 days and those are the best reactions that we could get. So if you guys enjoyed the video, please be sure to give it a like. Don't forget, our goal was 100,000 likes. Honestly, this was the craziest video that we've ever filmed before.
And it's probably the craziest video you will ever film, because I'm sure you guys won't be stupid enough to make the same mistake twice, right? No, but really, they filmed for 3 days. There was so much work put into this video, and not at one point were they like, "Hey, are we crossing the line? Or is this kind of, you know, not the smartest example to be setting for our very, very young audience?" Because I gotta say, if you're over 18 years of age and you're watching these types of pranks, get a freaking life, dude. Or grow up. Like, this is just the dumbest content on YouTube, and I don't understand why it's still so prevalent. Didn't Vitaly, like, quit YouTube 10 years ago almost? And then he made that little bus video, if you guys know what I'm talking about. Man, that guy's career really went downhill, didn't it? But either way, I guess that's just how it goes when you're a YouTube prankster. And these guys are possibly going to be facing 4 years of jail time, real jail time, where they will not be treated very nicely once they find out you're just some YouTube pranksters. I'm sure you guys are going to be on the bottom rung of the prison hierarchy there. But regardless, I hope this is a big wake-up call to these guys and to people who are like this, that are trying to make this content. You don't need to keep pushing the envelope. There's other ways to be creative and entertain your audience in a way that doesn't inspire them to go do dangerous acts like this, or doesn't put you in danger yourself.
And I just didn't expect this to actually happen, because like most of the people are just always laughing because they
They're twins, so they can usually tell right away.
But then, like, I guess the ski mask is kind of like made
Dude,
people
think about
actually
what's
find out.
going on nowadays. Think about it, man. You got to be smarter than that, man.
And I mean, these cops are being so respectful when they really didn't need to be. If I was one of these cops, I'd be like, dude, you are a freaking idiot. But at least they're trying to talk to them somewhat calmly. And they're explaining basically what I've been saying this whole video. There are so many times where this could have gone wrong. And you can just tell the stupidity of this kid as he's trying to explain the situation. He's like, usually it's like funny because they can tell we're twins, but I guess with the masks, like they were kind of like scared. I didn't know, but I really hope I get 100,000 likes for this video. These cops are just like, dude, I hate working in Orange County. But either way, guys, that about does it for these twins who both are facing a felony charge for a YouTube prank video. So if there's any lesson to be taken away from this, either one, don't ever make pranks on YouTube, or two, be smart about it when you do. But let me know what you guys thought of this video and this story down in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, peace out.